systems.
We are taught to outsource this stuff.
We are. We expect that even if we're forgetful, the system can help us.
The EOA model demands perfect 147 self-custodial discipline, and that is just, it's incompatible with mass behavior.
And that's just lost. What about the security risk?
Oh, yeah. A single compromised device, a phishing attack, a rogue browser extension, it can drain the entire account instantly because the signing capability is tied to that one key.
It's all or nothing.
The second major pain point. Oh, yeah,
Definitely don't want you guys to get off track. I appreciate where you're getting started. So yeah, I think many of us have experienced this, especially if you've been in crypto for a long time. Eventually memories fade, even maybe the memory where you put that seed phrase. So this can be a very significant pain point. I want you definitely to keep your place, but I also want you to say hi to some new people that have joined the chat. We have Subliminal Desire. We have Mike Volmer, who is also known as the Mod King. We have Al Jr. and we have John Pazente. And you know, JR wonders why you keep calling him Junior and you don't call him by his real name, JR. Well, after you say hi, go ahead and keep up where you're at and continue on.
Dave Digital, thank you so much for keeping us on track.
and that is a perfect summary of the pain point.
That fear is very real, and the memory of where that seed phrase is stored can absolutely fade.
It's the single biggest fear for most users, according to our source material.
We're totally with you on how significant that barrier is.
Before we continue, a huge welcome to our new listeners.
Hello to Subliminal Desire, and of course, a big shout out to Mike Volmer, the Mod King.
Welcome also to Al Jr. and John Pazente. We're glad you made it.
And to our listener, Junior, thank you for the feedback on your name.
We call you Junior because that's the name you provided when you signed up for the chat.
But absolutely, we will continue to call you Junior moving forward, our listener.
We love the connection to the top. Oh, go for it.
Just to let you know, he didn't sign up with the name Junior. He signed up with the name JR. It's pronounced JAYARR, not Junior.
We apologize for the misunderstanding.
Thank you so much for the clarification.
We love getting your feedback in real time.
So we'll make sure to call you Jair moving forward.
No question.
We want to make sure everyone feels welcome.
Tar, thank you again for tuning into this deep dive.
And your point about seed phrase anxiety is exactly where we are.
The single point of failure, the seed phrase, is what we're talking about right now.
This connection is really important to the topic too.
The second major pain point, and I think this one is maybe more subtle but just as deadly for adoption, is the rigid gas model.
The friction of needing the native token just to move your other assets.
I've personally seen so many newcomers just drop off right at this stage.
This barrier, people call it the gas hurdle or the ETH problem on L1s.
It's a massive, massive problem for user retention.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine you successfully onboard a user.
They buy $50 worth of a gaming token or a stablecoin.
Now they want to use it.
And then they're told,
Okay, now you need to go back to an exchange, acquire this tiny fractional amount of the chain's native gas token, like ETH or Matic.
and figure out how to bridge or transfer that little bit of gas token.
Just to pay a transaction fee.
It's a prerequisite transaction just to enable the actual transaction you wanted to do in the first place.
It's insane when you say it out loud.
It's a non-trivial, multi-step process that often introduces complexity and extra fees that deter the newcomer completely.
For any Web3 product targeting global markets or mobile-first users, this requirement is a critical drop-off point.
For sure. Eliminating this is one of the highest priorities for retail scale.
No question. And finally, the clunky authentication.
I mean, the actual act of signing a transaction is terrifying for non-technical users because it's so opaque.
This speaks right back to the lack of programmability.
When a wallet pop-up appears for an EOA transaction, you are signing a hash of the transaction data,
A hex blob,
an opaque hex blob. There's no natural language description of exactly what funds you're approving.
or what contract you're even interacting with.
So a malicious contract could be hiding something deep in that data.
Absolutely. And you'd have no policy control to limit the damage.
And that's another critical point.
EOIs have zero policy capability.
You can't set a $100 daily limit, for example.
It's all or nothing.
It's all or nothing.
There's no concept of a session key that grants temporary limited permission to adapt for a specific period of time.
They are just not designed for complex, secure, high-frequency interaction.
So we have this perfect storm of friction.
Catastrophic key loss risk, mandatory native tokens that trip up new users, and zero policy control that limit security.
Yep. These frictions are the major bottleneck.
And that is why account abstraction is
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, definitely keep your place. So this is all brand new to me. I didn't know much about smart wallets until we started this show. So let me just understand. So smart wallets are not just fixing the problem of seed phrases, but they're also fixing other problems such as interoperability and gas fees. And they're also giving a user more control over that. and letting maybe a user or some, maybe approving gas fees with limits, such as you can only spend $5 a day at this place, or you can only spend $10 a day at this place, which could be used in the future maybe for parents controlling spending limits for games for their children.
That is an absolutely brilliant synthesis of everything we've just covered.
Seriously, JR, you hit all the major points right there.
That's exactly right. Smart wallets or smart contract accounts are the solution to all those pain points.
They're fixing the seed phrase problem with social recovery and biometrics.
We'll dive into the architecture of that in a second.
But you're right, they also solve the rigid gas model.
By allowing paymasters to pay for gas in ERC20 tokens like stablecoins.
And critically, you nailed the policy control piece.
The programmable limits, like spending $5 or $10 a day at a certain DApp.
That kind of granular control is transformative.
And your example of parents setting limits for children's gaming accounts is a perfect real-world use case.
It's those policy capabilities that really move us beyond the EOA.
So yes, this is much bigger than just recovery.
It's about security, flexibility, and a web-like payment experience.
Okay, let's transition to the solution then.
This is where it gets really interesting, building on what Jair just summarized.
What exactly is account abstraction structurally?
Give us the simplest, most revolutionary definition you can.
Okay, the simple definition is this.
Account abstraction, or AA, is the process of turning your wallet from a dumb, rigid keyring, the EOA, into a smart contract account.
This programmable account, the code itself, can now define its own rules.
Rules for how you log in, how you recover lost access.
And fundamentally, how you pay for the transaction, as JR pointed out.
So instead of the user having this predetermined, hard-coded account type dictated by the Ethereum protocol.
Right. The wallet becomes a piece of software.
A piece of software that can be updated, recovered, and customized using smart contract technology.
Precisely. The core functional change here is a decoupling of two concepts.
In the EOA world, the signing mechanism and the account logic they were tightly bound together.
One and the same.
AA decouples who signs from what the account can do.
The authentication logic is no longer hard-coded to a single private key.
Instead, the smart account defines its own verification rules in its own code.
And because that logic lives in a smart contract, it unlocks security models and flexibility.
Absolutely. Just think of the security implications.
As we mentioned, your account code could require approvals from multiple devices.
Say your phone's biometric and a hardware key before it approves a transfer over a certain amount.
Or,
as we touched on earlier with the seed phrase fear, it allows for social recovery.
Trusted Guardian's professional recovery services.
You can use modern, familiar authentication methods like passkeys.
Because the contract is verifying the factor, not just a raw private key signature.
That makes so much sense.
We're moving security from an unrecoverable secret, the seed phrase, to a configurable multi-layered policy, the smart contract code.